Detective, what is the meaning of all this?
Madame, I ask that you all lend me your ears for only a few moments. What I have to say is of great significance to everyone. You are all invited here to celebrate the engagement of Mademoiselle Angeline van den Bosch and Monsieur Gédéon Demire, the coming together of two prevalent families. But the celebrations were short-lived, as Major Felix Hagen was found dead in his study by a young servant of the house. It then became my responsibility and obligation as a detective to uncover the truth behind his demise. My initial examination of his study exposed a number of things I did not expect to find. Things I have no desire to divulge at this time, but what I can say is this. It was no simple murder. A letter demanding ransom for a continued silence confirmed this. I am sure some, if not all of you, have heard whispers of a series of blackmails that have plagued the social elite in recent weeks. After hearing of the letters in the major study, you may ask if it was him behind the letters. You may further ask if he was preparing his next threat to another unsuspecting victim. It is a question that crossed even my mind. That was until I sought the truth. That in fact it was the Major that had fallen victim to our blackmailer Mystérieux. Last night I spoke with you all, confirmed your whereabouts in the house over the course of the evening, and while I would have expected such questioning to reveal a potential suspect, what I learned was that it could not have been one of you.
What do you mean, not one of us? The man was stabbed. He hardly did that to himself. There is still a killer in the house.
Pardon, monsieur, if you would allow me to finish. It could not have been only one of you. Rather a partneria, a partnership, in cahoots, if you will. Conversations today have revealed facts that I was not expecting to discover. And although they may have muddied and complicated my investigation, what I must do to bring the guilty parties to justice has become clearer. Those of you that spun stories in an attempt to confuse and derail my investigation have made a grave mistake in underestimating my intelligence. Other detectives may fall for such deception, but I can assure you, Detective Poirot is no such fool. My investigation is far from over, and swift justice shall be dealt to those that have committed such appalling acts and have continued to mislead and lie to protect themselves. Now, I must continue mon enquête, and I shall leave you to consider that you may be beside a cold-hearted killer. Bonsoir. Monsieur Sterling, un moment.
Quite the speech, detective.
Merci, but it was not made to entertain, more to warn the guilty.
Well, if they're... Nothing. But I was so preoccupied.
Perhaps it was just my mind playing.
Maybe one of the guests got lost and wandered in. Master Hagen had a key, obviously. When requested, aye. If something...
Forgive me. If he is not around...
It's not what you think.
What I think is that you have been trusted with a copy of the key, and you have...
I only lied because of the trouble I can get into with...
At this moment, monsieur, you should be more worried about the trouble you shall find...
I know how it will sound, but I lost my key. I must have set it down somewhere, and it has been tidied away. Master Is that really necessary?
The murderer remains at large, and there is still...
Of course. I still just cannot imagine any...
It may be hard to...
I should have said this morning.
Monsieur, I am not quite sure you understand that.
I am well aware, Detective.
Would you allow a man with a smoking gun to remove his bullet?
I suppose.
I would like to begin my searches now.
I may not be back when you return. Here is the key to the other rooms. Please return it.
Merci. I shall guard it.
I, Detective.
Merci, monsieur. I shall let you continue your duties. Aha.
Entrez. Detective, what a pleasure.
In a purely professional capacity, I can assure you.
There is no need to act so stiff, Detective.
Madame, after the revelation of your actions last night, I'm afraid my sense of humor is all but gone.
I will not... Be careful, Detective. That almost sounded like a cop.
It is your actions in this house that have been questionable, madame. Your work outside is something that many more could...
We do what we can. That would be Inga. She has been one of the...
Madame Vanden Bosch took in a young lady from your shelter.
There is no need to sound so surprised, Detective.
I did not mean to sound so cruel. I just did not expect Madame to hire someone of that background after the incident with her previous maid, Florette.
People change, Detective.
Believe me, Countess.
We wouldn't be doing a very good job if I could only help one girl. I in fact found work for one of them as a maid in Monsieur da Silva's house recently.
She has fitted into Monsieur's...
What is better, Detective? That she remained in an abusive house? Or she is able to rebuild her...
When put like that, is she happy?
The happiest she has been in years. I check in with them all...
Merci. Oh. Huh. Huh. Oh.
Go ahead, detective. A compliment and now an apology. Well, detective,
There was something I was still unsure of. You mentioned that
from my days as a nurse, oui.
if that is so, why would you have brought several
One must always be
prepared? At the...
If I had not brought them, I would not have been able to assist you last night.
Merci.
Detective, what can I do?
Mademoiselle, I am sure you understand.
If it's going to clear my name, be my guest.
If you wouldn't mind,
Like I said, he's not.
oui. But
You don't really want me to recount every conversation I've had.
there is one particular I had in... I would not say fascination.
Well, I'll save you the bother of trying to find out more about him. He's not that interesting. In fact, he's a bit of a wimp if you ask.
That is not the impression I got of him.
That's because you've only seen the side of him he wants you to. An argument would imply it was a two-way.
And that is not how it...
Here it is. I've been helping Angeline get exposure, her marriage to Gideon is big news, and his work is really paving the way for others. I saw the chance to get their names out there, and he didn't like it.
What was there not to like?
Your guess is as good as mine, Detective. But if I had to,
And his reason to storm up?
Oh, you know about that. Let's just say I didn't accept his pathetic attempt to get me to stop the story. If you're gonna try and pay someone off, at least make it work. Let me guess. The first thing he told you was that he was a union leader. No, the voice of the people.
A man that is proud of his work is not...
Don't get me wrong, he has a way with words, and he can certainly rally a crowd. But that's about it. At the end of the day, he's a
Merci, mademoiselle.
Sure thing, Detective. And if you...
If I do change it, you shall be the first to know. Huh.
Go right ahead. All Felix cared about was money, and
The Major was not in need.
As far as I know, De Silva hired him to work security. He was worried.
And your reporters were there to cover the story when it did.
My reporters go where there is news to be told.
And you predicted the violence that... Merci, mademoiselle. Aha. Huh. Huh. Mademoiselle,
Bonjour, Monsieur Poirot.
just a detective.
Bon. I was taking him a plate of food, but
You then entered the
I did. He wasn't.
I did not mean to upset you again.
I suppose we're like a family. We argue, but
You must all be quite close then.
some more than others.
You refer to whom?
Well, Maman. Maman Ray is Luke's sister. You didn't know that? I thought she would have said. She talks about him all the time. Apparently, he was right at the front when they were charged. They didn't stand a chance. If I had been the one...
Mademoiselle Rihanna, Maman Ray.
Every time she talks about what happened... I guess you wouldn't know anything about life on...
It is not an experience I have had to face personally, but I...
The lifestyle of a thief, you mean?
Put rather bluntly, oui.
You are the first officer that has not taken one look at me and pulled out their handcuff.
Mademoiselle, I can see you have turned your life around, and I can...
Without the Countess, I would probably be rotting in a cell.
Merci. Monsieur Demir, I hope...
Nothing a good night's sleep could...
Très bien. I wonder...
What happened? I lost my taste for death a long time ago. But it had to be.
Most understandable. I shall extend the same gratitude...
You've spoken to him already.
Perhaps that should be a question you ask him.
Yeah. Those...
They must share something in common to be able to hold the...
If there is one thing I know about my brother, it's that he will not. No.
Was it not your brother that punched Monsieur Hagen?
Ah, that... I bet he had a lot to say.
When I say your past, I...
Oh.
It seems you both had the same sentiment for this party. Perhaps the bridges that you thought were once built...
We'll see how probable that reconstruction is going to be. Until he's...
What is there for him to understand?
He lost his friends in the war. The same as everyone. But somehow he has.
Ah. Aha. Ah. Come, my little grey cells. We must. I must take a different approach if I. The pieces of the puzzle are fine.
Always got the dagger. I wondered.
I shall give you the opportunity to explain the reason for it.
It was going to be a wedding gift for Gideon. I've maybe not been. After what happened to the Major, I thought it.
You did not see it fitting to tell me you were harboring a.
I would.
Merci for your assist. Oh. Oh. Is there something I... Things are beginning to become clearer. Another success. Monsieur da Silva, I am sure you...
Not really, Detective. Your speech was...
I have not had my abilities questioned to my face by one of those I suspect of a crime.
Well, if you wish to prove me wrong, you should have...
And I hope...
Yes, I helped him invest some money.
Madame Van Bosch had a very similar view. At least he could have taken solace that...
I think you're confused, Detective. It was...
Forgive my naivete. If you were helping him make viable investments, would you not...
I told him about the opportunities. I did not tell him to put his whole family's wealth into it. The prospect of...
The business declared bankruptcy.
It did. Until it was purchased for a fraction. He didn't have much to speak of. I was
Surprised.
well, considering it wasn't that long ago he came to me.
You offered him a
Not... If you can call what him and his team did security.
It was a considerable amount.
There's no need to divulge amounts, but it was... He said they were all professionals, but I saw nothing of the sort. He said he...
But that was not...
I had not even met them before they arrived on site. They brought their own...
And this equipment. It included...
It was not much of a choice, Detective. I said they didn't need them, but Felix said it was a... Everything that I want to say...
I understand, monsieur. But what I would like to know is...
Excuse me, Detective.
Cross the line like an attempt to bankrupt a business partner and friend so that you'll be able to swoop...
You make such ridiculous accusations without a shred.
Your reaction at the mere suggestion is proof enough, monsieur. While I cannot arrest you for betrayal of a friend, I can hope... That is all for now. Oh. This will not get me any closer to... Order and method. That is the way. I must act on thought. I should not be surprised.
What is it now? Yes, and no one.
But surely it is beneficial to both parties.
They're barely.
Why have those talks not taken place and the deal?
Monsieur Beckers has made no attempt to speak with me and offered no counter up.
I have spoken of a potential blackmail ring, and yet you still kept your letter to yourself.
It is none of your business, and it is nothing more.
If that were the case, it would be strange for you to have kept the letter.
Your persistence is it. Even if there was some truth to it, demanding a...
I will be the judge of that. I would like to... I trust there is nothing else you deem... Oh.
Of course not. I have never heard so much rubbish in all my life.
That suggests there are some that you do not respect.
Yes, well, why should I praise someone for doing a poor job?
I think it is time you told me which parts of your...
There's no need to discuss my private matters. I think we are done here.
I have spoken of...
It is none of...
If that were the case...
Your No reason, detective. Me...
I will be the judge of that. I would like... I trust there is nothing else.
Of course. I get accused of making questionable, even...
I think it is time you told...
There's no need to discuss my... I think we...
I have spoken...
It is none...
If that were the...
Your No reason.
I will be the judge of... I trust there is...
I have never heard so much...
That suggests that...
Yes, well, why should I praise someone for doing...
Monsieur, the letter does not only discuss your questionable business dealings, but also cases of abuse against your...
Detective, there is a difference.
And it is you that decides where that line is.
In my house? Yes, it is. Please stop calling it that. I treat all my servants exactly how I always have.
That does not mean your behavior is a...
They have one chance. If they are not doing the job they are hired to do, they are gone.
Is there a specific member of staff that may have expected?
There is one girl, a new maid. I didn't expect great things from her.
That is all. I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a second... I must act on thought and fact. Is there something... What a revelation!
What did... She approached me.
In what way?
When he came to me, I told him that with the factories on strike and my profits pouring down the drain, I had... His rates were steep, but he said he knew what needed to be done, and he was prepared to do it. He made excuse after excuse, demanding more and more money for the job.
The riot.
I had no idea they were going to charge them like that.
And even following such a tragedy, he continued.
He said if he wanted my silence, it would cost. Do you have any idea what it could do to my livelihood?
I have every idea, monsieur. You hired a militia to take action against your own workers. You deserve whatever name is chosen.
I didn't know that was what he was going to...
I have to... That is all for now. Magnifique. Some would say a lucky guess. I would...
Is there something you... She helped me at the shelter, and with this job.
That I am already aware of.
Pardon, detective?
I know that your position as a servant in this house is not...
She said I had to do what she asked, or I would be back on the street. I didn't want to do it.
Merci, man. Some would say a lucky... This will not get me any close. The pieces of the puzzle are...
Is there something you need? Nothing. She said
If it was not something she wished you to take,
she wanted me to find out information about the family and Monsieur Hagen.
why did she request that?
At first I didn't know, but when I heard about Mademoiselle Angeline being blackmailed, and then the major... I knew Monsieur Archie had a key, and it would be easy to get it from him.
You knew that the Major asked Monsieur Sterling to access the safe from time to time, and if anything...
I never took anything. I only told the Comtesse
And that was?
about Monsieur Hagen and the Madame's relationship.
I'm sure the Countess was pleased to hear such valuable...
She said I had done a good job, but I needed proof. That's why I went back. I fetched the letters again and took them to the Comtesse last night. But she shouted at me and said what a stupid girl I was.
You were only doing as she requested.
She said it was too dangerous for her to have them with you around. That's when I returned them to the study. I thought I heard someone on the stairs, so I just threw them back. It was dark.
Merci, mademoiselle. Come, my little grey cells. I should not be surprised. Things are beginning to become...
Is there something you need? That's all, I swear. I heard Monsieur Archie.
Is the Countess aware?
I told her it was somewhere in the house, but I didn't know where.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your honesty...
I suppose that I will lose...
That is not my decision to make. But when the whole truth is revealed, it will not be the pawns the law looks to convict. We shall be coming for the Queen. I must take a different approach. Another success. Mademoiselle,
Have you had a breakthrough?
I have. Finally.
Please, detective, don't hold me. Oh my, I feel faint at the thought.
It is said to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. It is
I don't believe it. What about the Major's letter?
not only his, but a letter to Monsieur da Silva.
She was blackmailing him as well? Detective,
Take a moment, mademoiselle. It is a...
I just don't understand. She has never been particularly forthcoming with it, only that she was homeless.
And it is there that the Countess abused her power and manipulated her to uncover...
All this time she has been working for Margot, doing her dirty work.
I am afraid so.
Is Maman aware?
You are the first I have told, mademoiselle. Next will be the authorities.
I'm afraid that we'll have to. And we will. I want to see her punished to the fullest extent of the law. But
Monsieur Archibald informed me earlier I had hoped they would be working again. Last night's snow must...
last night, they have been done all weekend, detective. Detective? Detective Poirot. Would you like me to fetch you a glass of water, detective?
My apologies, mademoiselle. Merci, mademoiselle.